Hey guys, it's Kat and I'm in a different setting. I'm in my bathroom. If you want to know what this makeup look is and why I'm looking quite goth and strange, it's not intentional. I decided to do a get ready with me using sort of like burgundy kind of colors, and I just happen to be wearing a black top. Stripes underneath, but you know, black top. I look a bit washed out, whatever. Anyway, if you want to see that get ready with me, I'm sure it's already up. It'll be linked in the cards. But I'm in my bathroom for a reason. Now, the other week I filmed a skincare routine collection video, and the audio of that was really bad. It had a lot of interference, so I never actually put it up. And I thought, look, I brought everything out of my bathroom into my lounge room to film, and it took me 3 trips to get everything out, and then 3 trips to put everything back. And then that wasn't good. So I'm taking the camera and my ring light to the bathroom, and we're going through products that are currently in my skincare routine. Now, I do want to mention that I've got a lot of skincare, but I rotate a lot of skincare. So these are the products that I've used in the last, I don't know, month or 2 months. I'm not mentioning things that have been around that I haven't used in that time, because clearly it's not in my current skincare routine. But yeah, I've got multiples of a lot of products, like a lot of moisturizers, a lot of cleansers, and I sort of rotate them depending on the day, depending on the skin concern, depending on what I'm trying to use up, depending on what I'm trying to test. So yeah, this is sort of like, I've got a lot, but my steps are pretty basic. So I'll go through the products that I've got in my routine, and then sort of like the steps that I use in the morning and in the evening. Okay, so normally in the morning, I actually don't have my shower. I have my shower in the evening. I wear a lot of makeup. It's just easier to remove my makeup really thoroughly in the shower. So generally what I do in the morning is I start by cleansing with one of these guys. So one is a toner and one is a micellar water, which is a cleanser. This one is the Bioderma Sebum H2o. So this is the like oily skin one, but the normal one is just as good. I actually prefer the one with the blue cap, which is a hydrating one, and I do have some of those. It's in my cupboard out in the hallway. I just haven't opened them, and I'm using this one first. So I tend to use this just to remove any like grime or oil that I've produced overnight. And that's sort of like my cleansing step. Otherwise, sometimes I use By the Ordinary. This is the Glycolic acid toning solution, and I sometimes use that instead. So I just use one of these on like a cotton pad, just to take away any like grime on my face to start the day. All right, then the 2 sort of types of serums that I might use during the day, and it depends on the day. Often I will use a serum followed by just a sunscreen, which is what I've done today. Other times I'll use a serum followed by a moisturizer followed by a sunscreen. Sometimes if I'm not leaving the house, I'll just do the serum and the moisturizer, or just the moisturizer. Like, it depends. Generally I have like 3 steps, but depending on the day, I try different things. But the 2 sort of serums that I like to use during the day, I like Hyaluronic Acid. So this is for Beloved 1. So this is a gel serum, and it's very hydrating, which is good because I have oily skin, but I've got dehydrated skin. So I often use this during the day. I sometimes use it at night. Otherwise, I will use a vitamin C serum, and I've got 2. This one is by Dermalogica. It's from the Age Smart range. It's one of the newer ones. And this is a really nice, it's called the Biolumin C Serum. It works well. I'm wearing it today. It has a nice sort of orangey scent as well. So vitamin C is a good product to put in your routine if you're worried about like aging, because not only does it help like naturally protect the skin from the sun, which is good, still use a sunscreen, but it also like brightens the skin and helps like firm the skin. So I quite like vitamin C. I do have one other vitamin C that I want to mention. This is a Japanese brand called V10 Plus, and this is just a little vitamin C serum. The only reason I don't use this on a daily basis is because it's a little bottle. It's a 10 ml bottle, and I sort of want to use these if I'm ever traveling. These are kind of a good size for taking away with me. So yeah, I've got that, but I don't often use that. Okay, then on to the moisturizer sunscreen sort of step. And if I'm using a moisturizer, I generally just go in with my Dermalogica. This is the Active Moist. So sorry if this is like really washed out, but yeah, it is what it is. But this is just a basic moisturizer. It works really well. It's just a basic moisturizer. I like it. It doesn't tend to clash with skincare for me. It's not greasy. It's just like, it's sort of like it's not a gel, but it kind of sinks in like it's sort of like a gel. So that's, if I want that extra step, I'll use that. And then when it comes to sunscreen, there's two that I've got. One that I'm trying to currently use up. This is the Roche-Posay Anthelios Xl. This is the Melt-In Cream. I really love Roche-Posay sunscreens. They might leave a little bit of a white cast, which can be annoying, but if you're putting makeup over the top, it's not a problem. These don't break me out. High protection, really, really, really great. The only reason I'm trying to focus on using this up is because I've had it for a while and sunscreens do go off and lose their effectiveness. But this is one that I'd probably use more in summer because it's a very, very good one. Another really good one is by Dermalogica. This is the Dynamic Skin Recovery SPF 50 Broad Spectrum. So this is a high protection sort of moisturizer. This feels more like a moisturizer. And I really like this product. And if I'm using this, I won't use this because it's sort of like got a moisturizer sort of in it. But I'm sort of holding off using this because it's very expensive. So I don't want to use it up just willy-nilly. I'm sort of saving this for when I've used up the other one, but I do occasionally use that. So that's my daytime products that I tend to use, and it looks like there's a lot of products, but once again, if I had to break it down, often I'll use something like this. So micellar water to cleanse, I will use a hyaluronic acid serum to help hydrate and sort of, rehydrate the skin, and then I will use a sunscreen because I find that often if I'm using something like this to hydrate the skin and I'm using a nice creamy sunscreen, I don't need a moisturizer as well. So often I only use 3 steps in my morning routine. It just depends on what products I use, and that will depend on my skin at the time, what I want to use up, what I haven't used in a while, that kind of thing. So yeah, a lot of products, but generally only a few steps. All right, on to evening routine, and I've noticed that sitting on the edge of my bath for a long time hurts my bum. Anyway, evening routine, the one thing that has been in my skincare routine for going on probably 6 years, if not more, is a cleansing oil. Now this is a bit different. This one is by Shimmering. It's the Nectar Gentle Cleansing Oil in Emulsion. So you can see that this is more of a gel. It's not a runny liquid like this one. You can see this one hasn't been used, but that's a thin liquid. This one is more of a thick gel. They do the same thing, and clearly I buy backups. So this is another cleansing oil from Shimmering that is under my sink, as well as this pink one under my sink. They're just waiting to be used next. So what this is, it is a emulsifying sort of oil product. So for example, I don't have a lot of makeup in here at all. Let's just do this. So if I had makeup on and it will say budge proof, you put a pump. I'm just going to put a tiny amount on this because it's a lip swatch sort of thing, but you put it on your dry face. So I would pump 1 to 2 pumps in my hand, rub it in, and then put it all over my face, work it in. So you work it in and it starts to lift the product because the oil breaks down the makeup. So you can see that that is happening there. And then the beauty of these Shimmering ones is if you add water, it turns into a milk and washes away. So I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I've got a bit of water here, dripping it all over my pants. But if you mix it together, it turns into like a milk product and it washes away. Oh my God. And then you're left with absolutely no makeup. So these products are fantastic because not only are they super effective and really gentle, but it doesn't leave an oily residue. I've tried many cleansing balms, I've tried many other cleansing oils, and they always leave my face feeling greasy, and I tend to break out a lot from like that sort of balm like layer. So Shimmering have always my favorite. I do have some other cleansing oils under my sink from Japan, and also other brands that I sort of want to try. So after I use this, I'll delve into those before I go back to Shimmering. But Shimmering are always my favorite, and it's always my first step to my night skincare routine, always. Unless I haven't worn makeup that day, every other time, which most often I will wear some makeup, always that first step. So if you're not wearing much makeup, this is a cleanser in itself. It acts as a cleanser, but because I tend to wear a lot of makeup, I need to cleanse. I tend to double cleanse just in case. Now I've got a bunch of cleansers, and once again, I only use these one at a time, but I've got 3. I've got the special cleansing gel from Dermalogica. This sits in my shower. It's a really, really nice, gentle gel cleanser that doesn't foam too much, but it doesn't strip your skin. It's really, really great. It's a massive bottle. It's a massive bottle, but I really like that. And then more recently, I've added in these guys. I have been trying these. We bought these from Yes Style. We did a haul on Beauty News. And so we've got the Neo Gen. This is a foaming cranberry cleanser, so you pump it, it turns into a foam. It's got these weird cranberries down the bottom, but I've used it quite a bit actually. So I use this in my shower, and it's just a nice foaming sort of like a nice light, because it's a foam. It's not thick, you don't need to apply too much. It's easy, and it's, yeah, it's all right. I don't love it, I don't hate it. It's just all right. I think this is by CosRx. COSRX. Anyway, this is a low pH good morning cleansing gel. I actually mainly use this in the evening because that's when I shower. But this is, it says it's formulated with purifying botanical ingredients. It does have some tea tree in it, and tea tree I'm a little bit concerned about, because I know if you use it too much, it can, your skin can start getting, not resistant to it, but it can start getting sensitive to it. But this is really good if you've got breakouts. So this is not a bad cleanser. It doesn't have it in like really high quantities, but yeah, it does have botanical stuff. So yeah, I'm a bit like, it's not bad, but it's, yeah, it's not, But those are the cleansers. I'll use one of them at night, not 3 of them. Okay, so when I get out of the shower, I do tend to use a serum, and then followed by, depending on the serum, it might be followed by some form of moisturizer. Now, 3 serums that I sort of want to talk about. One is definitely the hyaluronic acid that I sometimes put on during the day. This is good. I really enjoy it. I don't use vitamin C at night because it helps protect your skin from like the sun damage, so I prefer to use that during the day. But then I sort of also have been using this by Sassou, which is really cool. This is an essence toner, so this is a lot thinner. It's more like a water, but it works awesomely, and I use it sort of as a toner, but I sometimes use it as a serum as well because it's a bit bougie. It's got gold in it, but I find that this really helps my skin texture. Like, it makes my skin feel really, really smooth. So sometimes I'll use this at night, sometimes I'll use it during the day, generally at night. And I sometimes use this instead of a serum, even though it's like a toner. It's really, really nice. And then I also alternate every second night or every third night. I'll use this from Ultraceuticals, which is the Ultra A Skin Perfecting Serum Concentrate. This is a very high concentrate retinol. So I only use this once every couple of nights because it's very, very high concentrate. I don't need to use it every night, but also it's very expensive. So I thought I'll just try to like make it last as long as possible. I haven't seen any great results from this yet, but I have heard that you need to use it for a very long time, and that's what I'll continue to do. But yeah, use retinols at night, not during the day, because you are more susceptible to skin damage from the sun after using retinol, so it's better to use it at night. So that's my every other night sort of serum. I want to give an honorable mention as well to my Bio Effect serum. I used this religiously at the start of the year. I pretty much used it yeah, all the time and every single night. This is a serum that's an EGF serum, so epidermal growth factor, so it helps regenerate the skin. But the way you're supposed to use this is just on its own. No moisturizer, no anything, just on its own. And it works really, really well, and it does make your skin feel really plump and awesome. But I'm sort of holding it. I've got a little bit left, and I thought this is great to bring traveling because this is essentially your serum and moisturizer in one at night. So yeah, I've been wanting to try other products, which is why I've put this away, but I also figured if I'm ever going, you know, I'm popping up to Sydney, I think later this month, so I'm bringing this with me. It's so much simpler just to bring this, and it works so well. I love this product, but it's very, very pricey. So very, very good serum. And yeah, but it works if you use it on its own. What, 2 to 3 drops all over the face. Don't put too much so it feels sticky. It will keep you feeling hydrated, and it will help your skin regenerate. It's very, very good, but I'm savoring it. All right, then after my serum, I go in often with like a moisturizer. My moisturizers all are the same kind of moisturizer. So you can tell what I really like to use because they're all the same. So these are gel creams. Now, gel creams are great because if you have oily skin like I do, these aren't heavy, they won't break you out, they won't make you feel oily. These are very, very hydrating. So one that I have is by Dermalogica. This is the Sound Sleep Cocoon Transformative Night Gel Cream. So this is, once again, you pump some out. It's like a thick gel. So once you blend it in, hang on, I'll put that down, it turns into a gel. So it's not a thick cream, it just goes into like this watery substance. This one does have a little bit of lavender in it. Now, it's not obnoxious. Lavender can give me a headache. This one's fine. This is more just like a mentally calming lavender. But if you're sensitive to lavender, I'd avoid it. But this just feels like I've got water on my skin. So they're the type of night creams that I like to use, like the moisturizers, because really thick, heavy ones aren't good for my skin. But these sort of light gel, not light, but thick gel ones that sort of feel watery are beautiful. Another one that I really like is from Innisfree. Innisfree recently opened in Melbourne. It's a Korean brand. This is the Jeju Orchid Gel Cream. So once again, it's a gel cream. This is a product that you dip your finger in and it sort of goes back to the same shape. So it looks like I haven't used any, but this is a very, very thick, you can see the consistency. It's very, very thick, but very, very hydrating. And this just sits beautifully, once again, on your skin. It creates like a protective sort of moisturizing coating, but without it feeling too thick and greasy. That one does have a floral scent because it's got Jeju Orchid in it, but it works really nicely. And my most recent one is by Laneige, and this is the Water Sleeping Mask. So once again, it's like a mask. It's a very, very thick gel. You can hold it upside down, it won't move. It's a very thick gel and it's designed to be, this one's not as thick as the last one. This is more of I don't know, just a normal gel consistency, but it's designed to be like a night mask. So you put it on, it really helps hydrate and plump the skin, and it's more of that wet consistency than a creamy, oily consistency. So these are the products I use for my oily skin. You can use them during the day if you wanted to, but they are good for oily skin to keep it hydrated without it making it really greasy. So yeah, I've sort of been converted to these guys. This one is my recent one, and I don't like them as much as the other ones, but yeah, it works. It just doesn't do wonders. I heard great things about their Laneige one and I'm like, it's all right, but they definitely, you know, they hydrate the skin. Another product that I would recommend, but I haven't used it for a while, is rosehip oil. So if you've got oily skin and you're worried about using a thick night cream, I find rosehip oil works so well on oily skin to keep it sort of moisturized and sort of like calm. So that's another one. I just haven't been using it recently. So yeah, I'd use one of those sort of moisturizer products, and I've got a bunch of eye creams to talk about as well. Now, I'm not often very good with using these. I'm kind of bad, I often forget, but these are some eye creams that I've got. So I've got two from Dermalogica. I've got the Stress Positive Eye Lift. This is just like a normal sort of like thin sort of cream product. Now, sometimes I actually am sneaky and I'll use that on my face. So you see this small amount, that would easily do your eyes because it's very, very thin and it spreads really, really easily. But sometimes I'll put like double that and just put a thin layer on my face as like an overnight treatment. That works really well. I also have from Ultraceuticals, this is the medical range. So you have to sort of get recommended this by some medical professional, but this is the ultimate eye cream. And once again, this has high retinol. So the days that I use this, I always also remember to use this. So these are my retinol products that I use every other night. And then probably one of my favorite eye creams is by Dermalogica. This is the Multivitamin Power Firm. So this is it's a good one. I use this during the day as well sometimes because I find that this sits really nicely under foundation. So this is more of a thick product. So you squeeze it out and it's more like a thick product. And it applies not very wet. It applies more of a drier sort of consistency. It smells amazing. It smells like raspberries, and I just feel like this, it's almost like got a silicone-y feel, but it's not silicone, but you put it on I think it helps smooth the under eye area. It sits well under makeup. I sometimes use this as a second layer to some of the other eye creams. And what I really like about this as well is you can put on your lips to really hydrate your lips. So I like this. I think this is a good product. Probably my most enjoyable one out of the bunch that I've got. So yeah, it sounds complicated, but my night routine, there's a lot of products that I've got that I'm using. But at the bare minimum, I will double cleanse and moisturize, and double cleansing I count as like 2 steps. So 1, 2 products, then I will just moisturize, but other times I'll add in a serum or sometimes I'll add in an eye cream. It just depends. So anywhere from 3 to 5 steps using these products. All right, then I thought I'd talk about my occasional products. I don't currently have a proper face scrub, like an exfoliant. I don't have any, I've run out, it is what it is, but sort of the face products that I use occasionally that I really enjoy. Firstly, Mario Badescu Drying Lotion. This has been, I think this is like my 4th bottle. This is a fantastic product if you get breakouts, not like cystic acne, but like the sort of already erupted sort of white heady type breakouts, because this dries it out and it doesn't dry your skin. So you get a little cotton bud, you put it in. This usually is filled with liquid, which helps prevent this product from drying out, but it's the pink product that you want to reach with your cotton tip. Then you put it on your breakouts. So you'll see people on like America's Next Top Model and they've got like pink dots when they're going to bed. It's this stuff. It dries it out. It doesn't like inflame the skin. Often other drying products that I used to use before this, I've been using this for like 5 years, but before I discovered this, you'd put products on and it'd burn the skin. Like it'd take days for the skin to recover from being really dried out, but this doesn't do this. It just dries out the breakout and that's it. It's very, very gentle. My partner uses it. It's probably the only product in this whole thing besides a moisturizer that I'll show you soon that my partner is actually like, where's the pink dots? I need the pink dots. So this is a staple in our bathroom. I actually don't get too many breakouts too often, but when I do, especially around the hormonal times, yeah, this baby comes out. Then when it comes to masks, there's only really 2 products that I really enjoy using as like treatments. The rest of them sort of sit in under my sink and it's like a graveyard of masks. But lately I've been really enjoying using this guy. Once again, it's from Sassou, Japan. This is an EGF Activator O2 V-shaped mask. This is a product that it's kind of cool. You put it on dry skin. So I would get out of the shower maybe, dry my skin, let it completely dry. Then I'll put this on. So it's a gel product. Let's just show you. And you put it on, you just put it on your skin and you will see that it will start to like foam up. So yeah, you leave it on for a few minutes and it does start to bubble up slightly. It does tickle a little bit around your nose, but it works really well. I just find that it really sort of clarifies my skin. I think it's supposed to help oxygenate your skin, but I just find that it really helps smooth my skin. And if I'm feeling like my face is a little bit rough or textured, I think this is a really good product. We'll come back to it. I don't know if you can see it's starting to bubble up, but I know this lighting is very, very harsh, so you might not be able to see it. Another product that I really enjoy using, I don't use it too often, but when I want to really help with texture issues and I really want to feel like I've exfoliated my face well, I like to go in with the Philosophy. This is a micro delivery resurfacing peel. It's a 2-step sort of product. This one here is fab. So this is a like very, very, very thick sandpapery but really, really fine scrub. It is so good. It smells like vitamin C tablets and it is great. So what you're supposed to do is take a little bit of this, put in your hand, put a few drops of this, which is like sort of like an activator, and you put this on. This has a lot of salicylic acid and lactic acid in it. It's an activating gel. You mix them together and they work as a physical exfoliator and also as a chemical exfoliator. So it really helps exfoliate your skin. It's really, really great. But what I tend to do, because I really love the feel of this really intense scrub, is I'll put some of this on my face, then mix some of this on top of it. So I get the really, really harsh scrub followed by the chemical kind of activation. I really like this combination. Like I said, I don't use it all the time, but it is really, really great. I highly recommend it. I think it's great. And I don't know if you can see it, but that's starting to bubble up. It's probably not bubbling up too much because I've put all this product already on my hand, but it does have a fine like bubble. And I just think it's a nice mask. It just makes me feel really Good. All right, the last things I want to talk about are body products, and I'm pretty bad. I tend to neglect my body a bit, but I do have my Philosophy Mellon Daiquiri shower gel, which is the current shower gel I'm using. It smells amazing. This has been shaken up, but it's like down to here. It is, oh geez. Oh, it just smells like melon sweet goodness. It's just a nice, I use it as a shower gel. You can also use it on your hair if you wanted to. It's like a multi-purpose shampoo, shower gel, and bubble bath product. I just use it as a shower gel. And when it comes to the body, I often use this guy to moisturize. This is the Bioderma Atoderm cream. So this is the ultra nourishing cream for normal to dry sensitive skin. This is a really just nice basic thin but effective body moisturizer. Darren uses it as a face moisturizer. He loves it. So I've got a few backups of this because it's like the only skincare he pretty much uses. But it's really nice. I put it like if my arm's getting dry, I use it. It's really nice, and it doesn't, it's not too heavy. If I put like a lotion or something on my shoulders or back, I can break out from it. So this is a nice consistency because it's nice and thin. It doesn't like, it's not too heavy on my skin, but it's also very effective. Another product that I really, really enjoy, and if you want like the most pampered, gorgeous skin, I highly recommend this. This is by Cosmea. It's the Rose Glow Body Oil. This is wet because it's been in the sink that I just washed my hand in. But if you use this body oil a couple of nights in a row, not only is it fantastic because it's not super greasy and heavy, I can't stand that, but it makes your skin like smooth as a baby's bum. Now I need to buy another one of these because I think I'm down to, okay, I'm down to around where that pink level is. But this is great. It's so nice. It's very, very nourishing. The one tip that I have though is this comes with like one of those dropper caps where you can only get a couple of drops out at a time. And I know that that means you can actually like sort of use a small amount and make this last longer, but I find it really frustrating when you want to put it on big areas like your body and you're like there shaking it out. So I took that out and I just sort of pour a little bit out. It's a great product. Cosmea is my favorite rosehip oil brand. So if I ever go rosehip oil on the face, I use the not this body one, but the face rosehip oil because it's fantastic. Then I've actually pulled out stuff that's next to my bed. I've just got the Jergens. This is the Ultra Healing, Nourishing and Heal Visibly something extra dry skin moisturizer. Now this is a nice drugstore, just basic moisturizer. If I feel like, sometimes when I go into bed, if I feel like my hands or my feet are quite dry, I'll just use this. I do have hand creams, but they're in my handbags and I don't want to get them out. So I also use hand cream occasionally. Then the last things that I wanted to mention were sort of like lip balms. I do tend to use lip balms quite a lot. I tend to apply them before I go to bed every night, and sometimes before I'm like getting ready in the morning, I might put a lip balm on and then remove it before I do my lip product because I often wear like bright, bold, drying sort of lip products. But the one that I have next to my bed is a Laneige sleeping mask. So it is like the mini pink version of this guy here. And similar to this guy, I don't love this. I don't hate it. It smells like bubblegum, which I don't know, it's not my favorite scent. If it was watermelon, I'd be so much happier. But it's just like a thick balm, and it's like a lip balm. It's nothing particularly mask-like. It just feels like a nice lip balm. I actually prefer the Nuxe Rêve de Miel lip balm. I think that's a great lip balm for overnight and it lasts you a really long time. This one I think is a bit too overpriced and too overhyped. I think it's good. And I'll continue to happily use it, but I wouldn't repurchase it because I don't think it actually is a mask. It's just a lip balm. Another sort of multi-purpose product that if I've got like dry elbows or if I want to, put it on my face. The Elizabeth Arden, the original 8-hour cream is quite good. This smells funny. It sort of smells a bit funky, but yeah, it smells funky. It's sort of like a weird paint sort of chemical, but this is really good if you want to put on your cuticles, if you want to put on your heels, if you want to put on your knees, if you want to put on your elbows, if you want to put on your lips. It is a very, very good just multi-purpose skin balm, which I really like. Then a brand that I actually need to delve into more because I actually really like everything I've tried is Mecca Medaka. Their home brand is really good. This is the Golden Lip Delicious Spf 25. So this has a bit of a shimmer in it. It's got a pink sort of shimmer. So this is the one I tend to use during the day. It's also SPF 25, so it's very good. So this is the one that sort of sits next to my computer. But that I think concludes the products that I have in my current skincare routine. I don't have a specific skincare routine. I have a lot of products that I rotate. So, you know, sometimes I'm like, I need extra hydration. I will reach for my hyaluronic acid serum and I'll use that a lot. Other times I'm like, look, shit's going fine. I just want to use, I don't know, something, vitamin C serum, cool. So it just depends. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention is in my shower, I do also have a body conditioner by Lush. This is Snow Fairy. So you use this almost like a hair conditioner, but you use it on your body. So after you shower, you put it on and it helps coat your body with a nice thin layer of moisturizer. Smells nice as well, without it being like a thick, heavy moisturizer that you need to put on afterwards. So you rinse this off and it leaves like your skin feeling a little bit moisturized. So I do like this. I much prefer Rose Argan body conditioner. That one's fantastic, but I do like Lush body conditioners. They're very good. So I nearly forgot that one. All right, guys, hopefully you found that moderately interesting. It's just like a peek into the products that I use every day, or some of the products that I use every day, and sort of like the rough routine that I have. So morning is a simple cleanse with a serum, moisturizer, sunscreen, or a combination of any of those. At night, it is a double cleanse followed by serum, moisturizer, eye cream, and that's about it. I'm pretty basic, but I'm big on hydration, big on really removing my makeup, big on high SPF sunscreen, and then there's occasional things like retinols or vitamin C's to help fight aging. It is what it is. But yeah, hydration for me is a huge thing because if my skin's dehydrated, I tend to overproduce oil, and it's just, it leads to like little like wrinkles here as well if you're dehydrated. So stay hydrated, folks. All right, guys, hopefully you found that interesting. I do know a lot of people asked for my skincare routine and I really found it hard to do that because like I like to mention products in my favorites every month, but I find it hard to mention what my skincare routine is since I actually change it up pretty much every night or every other night or every day. It's a little bit different. So those are the products that I like using and that I'm currently using. So yeah, the things I repurchase the most are definitely this, the Shimmering cleansing oil, and the sunscreens. I kind of like those sunscreens as well, but everything else I kind of change up and play with. So that's about it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.